early because it's finally time for me to get a haircut. Because your girl needs a haircut. Didn't she do a fantastic job? Leah, the gal thing, totally did a good job.
Get out of your mind, I guess. Your mind is great. This bird sometimes likes to hear them.
Aren't you proud of me, guys? Thanks to you all, I remember to put this bad boy on, my tomato jelly lip tint, because you guys keep leaving such sweet comments that it looks good on me. I forget to put the thing on. So your comments of encouragement come in through my phone and remind me, hey, don't let this go to waste. It is so much fun. Yet another skin food product that I am totally loving. BT dubs. But anyways, I just swung into Kroger because I am looking to organize my refrigerator, and I have identified a container. So I'm going to do that when I get home, and I will show you guys what's in my fridge if the final product turns out okay. I deep cleaned my refrigerator, and I'm so proud of myself. I was inspired by both Happily a Housewife and Daily Paulina. Every time they like show their fridges, they have similar refrigerators. Well, Happily a Housewife has the same fridge I do, and every time I look at her fridge, I'm like, why can't I get my act together like that? I don't have 3 children, like it's just me. I mean, why does mine look like a disaster and hers is so tidy and orderly? So I'm on a mission to get a little bit sleeker look to my interior Frigidaire. And I deep cleaned it last night, and it's nice and clean. I used some of my essential oils. I used the lemongrass in one, and I used the eucalyptus in another. So it smells delicious and clean in there. I just use that to sanitize the bins with a little white vinegar and baking soda and a few drops of the essential oils and let it soak. So that is good and clean and ready for the produce to move in. When I was a child, and it was like a holiday or something, and I was gifted a toy, I was really neurotic about bringing the toy into my bedroom. I'm really selective about the things that I bring into my home to this day. But when I was a child, if I was gifted a new toy, I would have to deep clean my bedroom. I mean, this was some sort of compulsion I had. I would have to deep clean my bedroom and get all of my doors in their all of my dolls and toys in their best working order. Everybody had to be like in their Sunday best, if you will, before the new toy could enter my room. It was so odd that I did that. But you know, adults do that kind of thing all the time. I think I was modeling my mother's behavior, because if we had guests that were going to come over, she would deep clean the house, you know, like you do. And I thought I needed to do that for my new toy. I took very good care of my toys. But when a new one came in, it had to be introduced to the fold in a very controlled manner. I don't know if that speaks to my personality or what, but thought I would share that little fun Dr. Dre, baby Dr. Dre factoid with you guys. I just got home and I've been cleaning out my fridge and organizing it. And I've got my lemon sugar cookie zhuzhing there. But anyways, my hair, I'm loving the way the cut turned out. That gal did a really good job. And I liked her as a conversationalist too. I think with the stylist, you know, part of their art is not only in their ability to cut hair, but how they interact with you. Sometimes I prefer them to be mute if they don't have any interactive skills. I'm fine with that. But if they do and they're a good conversationalist, then I like to engage with them. And she was very conversant in a pleasant, non-intrusive manner and insightful. So I really liked her a lot, and I would highly recommend her. And I will go back there. I've liked both gals there, her and the other one, Brianna. They're both very, very good and very nice and good conversationalists. But I've had some bad ones at other salons, like previously in my lifetime, who would just like drone on and on about their personal lives. And I mean, I'm not a therapist. Like, I didn't come in here to listen to whatever melodrama is going on in your life. Just keep that in. Like, put on a happy face like we all do. But I like both of these gals. So anyways, let's take a look at what's in my fridge, because I'm really proud of it. Okay, so first up, on my freezer side here, I've got my spirit animal, my Totoro custom artwork that I totally adore. I'm so funny. And these are the new bins that I got. I purchased 5 of them, and this is just an extra one. I got 4 for my refrigerator, and I got an additional one for perhaps my freezer, which is this one. But it's this Good Cook food storage, Good Cook brand. This holds 16 cups. So this is safe for the microwave and dishwasher. I don't intend to use it in either of those manners, but I do intend to use it in the freezer. So I don't know how well they will hold up, but I like that they have these locking lids in this little burp compartment to let the air out. They are, you know, like it says BPA free, and I think these are gonna work out pretty well for me. So, all right, here's just a pan scan here. Ooh, before I start taking you on the tour, you can look quickly. All right, so on the top shelf here, I have my collection of kelp noodles. I've got, I think, 5 or 6 pouches of these that I love. And I just like to keep them in the fridge because I like them crunchy and cold. But apparently, I guess you could store them at room temperature. So anyways, I just like keeping them in the fridge. Then moving backwards here, this is my container of organic maple syrup from Costco. And I just keep him in a little slips in a little Ziploc baggie that I have repurposed from, this is one that I used to get nuts from the bulk bin, and then I just reused it as a little bib for my maple syrup to catch the inevitable dribbles. That is a tip I learned from Happily a Housewife. Thank you, Samantha. And then next in line I have a mason jar of whole organic just plain raw almonds, and then I have another little mason jar here of mixed raw organic nuts, no salt. I've got pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and some walnuts. And then I have some isolated aliquots here of just walnuts and just sunflower seeds in case I want to have them in isolation. Behind the grounded nuts, if you will, the quarantine nuts, I have a little jar here of shelled hemp seeds that I love to sprinkle on everything. Then behind the hemp, I have some chickpea flour, which I need to buy some more. And then behind chickpea, I have some almond flour. So it's kind of my baking and seed selection with kelp noodles. Then the next shelf, I've got a stack of chilling water bottles, so never dehydrated. I have my clean canteen here of brewed cold coffee left over from the hurricane thing. This isn't something I normally keep in here, but it's just left over from that situation, and I will finish it the next few days here, and then he will exit the Frigidaire. Then I have my Cafe Bustelo, which I suppose I shouldn't keep this in the fridge. I don't know. There seems to be all sorts of mixed things on the internet, but I just like keeping it in there, and so I'm okay doing the wrong thing. It's all right to be wrong sometimes. All right, and then I also have, next in line, this is my Costco peanut butter. It's just basically I love this stuff. The only ingredients in this are dry roasted organic peanuts. Oh, sea salt. It's hard to find just plain peanut butter, honestly, but this one's not too offensive, and I like it. And I like storing it upside down because it just kind of helps keep the oil well mixed in the entire thing. I learned that from another YouTuber a while ago. I can't remember which one though. Sorry, YouTuber, if you're watching and you're like, that's my tip. Anyways, moving right along, I also keep my, this is a can of coconut milk I intend to use in a baking recipe, and I keep it in the fridge so that the coconut milk cream part will separate out from the water, and then the cream part is good to use in baking recipes, and then I like to use the water separate for cooking recipes. But anyways, and then this is my little aliquot of dark chocolate impregnated raw nuts here. There's some peanuts and almonds, so have that as a sweet treat. And then next in line, I have some pears here elevated on, okay, now withhold judgment on these. No, I'm not a baby. Here, I'll just take one out to show you. And you know, I don't feed babies, so you're like, why do you have baby food in here? These are actually, here, is it focusing? These are actually quite handy to have on hand. Let's come out so we don't waste electricity. These are actually quite handy, these Beechnut Naturals baby foods. I had like a coupon for these that I found, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna check those out. And I had a coupon and they were on Ibotta, so I basically got these little jars for 10 cents each. They're essentially, literally like it says, just carrots. And no, I don't eat these things, but I throw them in to sometimes when I'm in a pinch, not all the time, like I don't buy these things on a regular basis. I throw them into my crock pot sometimes, along with some other veggies, and it'll thicken up the broth, and then I just add a bunch of seasoning, and I mean, it's like just, it really, I find it adds a lot of bang to the crock pot cook downs that I've been doing, so I've been enjoying having a few of these on hand. This is the carrots one. And behind the carrots, I've got peas, green beans, and asparagus. And then behind him, I've got the, it's actually apple and pumpkin, like applesauce that mixed with pumpkin. That's a really good one to mix in oatmeal. So, I don't know what stage one is. Oh, I guess about 4 months, but these aren't too offensive for adults. So, I'm not mad about purchasing that. And then this is a cucumber that I accidentally dropped in the cleaning and organizing of this, and he broke in half, so I went ahead and peeled him and sliced him up, and I will be eating him on my salad for dinner tonight. And then I have the rest of that head of cabbage that I've got chopped up here in this 2.5 cup glass Pyrex bowl. Then underneath him is one of these new containers that I've cleaned. You know, I washed these when I got home. I didn't film myself doing that, but I washed them and let them dry out, so they were good to go before putting stuff in them. But this is just my organic riced cauliflower in here. Moving right along, let's just put you back so everything stays tidy. Then in my deli meat drawer, see, when you're a plant-based eater, you can repurpose these drawers for more stuff. Okay, this is something my mom purchased for a recipe and admittedly doesn't really know what to do with, and so I was like, oh, well, I can get creative with that, so I took it from her. But this is just some miso. And then these are some of the shirataki noodles that I love. These have spinach in them. And this is a little aliquot of ginger. I don't know if this is supposed to live in the refrigerator, but that's just how I store it. And then my makers of swad papad lentil crackers, black pepper, love those. 2 oranges. This is my tofu. I keep it in the deli drawer. And then this is an onion that I have already chopped into, and I'm reusing one of these. I guess I had sunflower seeds in this bulk bin zippy bag, so I reuse them. And I like to keep the chopped onion in the Ziploc bag just to keep him confined and not stinking up everything. And then this is 4 servings of black-eyed peas that I cooked on the stovetop from dry. So those are ready to, I'll probably throw those in my crock pot later as my dinner tonight. And then in this next drawer, I've got some cucumbers there, and then I've got a container here, can you see, of celery and carrots. And then in the bottom drawer, I've got 2 bins of my spinach. So yeah, loving those. And here in my the side compartment here, I've got in my, I guess this is the butter egg compartment, I've got a tube of tomato paste. And cleaning out the fridge kind of reminds you of what you've got to use, so we continue to use him. And then I have a package of dark chocolate Enjoy Life. These are the vegan, dairy, nut, soy-free morsels. I like to have a bag of those on hand in case I get a baking urge. It can be satisfied. A thing of French's yellow mustard, because I just love this stuff. It's not the best mustard, but it's the one that I like to eat. I love all kinds. I've never met a mustard I didn't like. Okay, I'll just stop there. I don't like the ones with like mayonnaise in them, but I love all mustards. I like them horseradishy, I like them grainy, I love mustard. And I also like good old yellow French's. And then this is one of the remaining Ozarkas that I got from Costco. Then in the next little shelfie doodle, I've got my Ninja blender cup here. I keep this in the fridge because I like to have it cold for when I make a smoothie. It's already cold. I just find the smoothie comes out a little bit colder that way. I've got a carton here of Simple Truth unsweetened almond milk. And then I've got 2 of the K-Vita kombuchas, one in pineapple peach and one in ginger. And then I've got my favorite flavor of K-Vita, sparkling lemon cayenne. I've got 2 of those there. So yeah, that's everything that's in my fridge. But I wanted to show you guys this. I de-waxed some of my candle jars. And fun fact, okay, so this is the Nika's Home soy candle. This is the only one of the 3 candles that was soy, and the only one of the 3 candles that does not have any residual smell afterwards. So I don't know if that's speaking to the soy component or just the fact that this didn't have very much fragrance. The Nika's Home didn't have very much fragrance, but the jar I like to keep my little Ricolas in, so I'm happy with how he came out. This is my Pretty Bath & Body Works candle jar that had the lilac candle in it that I have cleaned out, and I'll have to come up with a use for him. And then this is one of my cheapy Candlelight Company candles that I also de-waxed, and so I don't know what I could keep in this, but it's got a nice lid on it, but it does have a smell to it, so I can't keep any sort of food thing in there, but I will come up with a use for him eventually. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. My crock pot cooktop, I think I showed you a little glimpse of that. It's just, like I said, some cabbage, a lot of cinnamon, turmeric, onion, ginger, and that is jajadending. I've been into, sometimes I add oatmeal into that instead of rice. So I'll probably add some oatmeal later on, and some of those black-eyed peas. Oatmeal I find is kind of like a rice substitute, and it cooks a little bit more evenly and consistently in the crock pot. Sorry, I'm scratching my lower lid. So I like it that way. But yeah, I am gonna go to the gym now, and I'll check in with you guys later. Well, hey guys, I just got back from the gym and got out of the shower. Since I got my hair cut today, I thought I would mention a little bit about the argan oil because I was chitty-chatting with the gal who got my hair about it. And, you know, I haven't used it on my hair yet. I pretty much just used it as an oil-based cleanser to remove my makeup. And, you know, I've tried it as a body moisturizer and have been largely underwhelmed by it as a moisturizer. But, you know, there was and I guess still is some interest in applying this to the hair, and you know, I was chatting with her about it, and she said, you know, that people, if they use this on their hair too much, it tends to just be greasy and heavy. I'm not sure that makes sense to me, because it would kind of build up on there, I would imagine. But I think where this is most helpful is on the tips of the hair. If you're somebody who has a lot of hair breakage, or you know, you do a lot of heat styling, I think using this in that manner a few nights a week could be helpful. But I wanted to talk a little bit about this because I get questions about, like, are there ingredients in shampoos that can grow hair? And, you know, there are all these crazy cosmetic claims on shampoos about, like, the biotin in shampoo as being helpful. And it's absolutely false, okay? There is no shampoo or, you know, shampoo ingredient or magical oil that is going to alter hair biology. It just doesn't exist. If anything, you know, certain shampoos can make the hair shaft a little bit stronger and decrease breakage just by virtue of the fact that they have some emollients and things like that in them. But I mean, as far as hair growth, nothing's really going to change that, particularly anything that's being sold to you as like a one-time or something that people do a few times and then you never see them use it again. Yeah, that just doesn't exist. But anyways, guys, I'm going to conclude the vlog here. I hope you enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.